Buenos dias, senor.
Buenos dias, class. Class, come to order. Class. You ready, Ashburn?
People, settle down. People. Ready.
Yes, we're ready. Yes, we're ready. Well, I'm going to read a little bit from my book today.
What's today?
What is today? Well, what is a day?
Yeah.
Because we've been
Mark
fooled
13:20.
into this Pope's calendar that only tells us when to pay taxes. That's its only purpose. However, the ancient Mayan calendar, which has been around for much, much longer, they tried to burn all the books. I'm sure they did not. I'm sure they hid many of them under the Vatican. And those will be coming out shortly since the Vatican's time is up. They're kaput.
That's right.
And this American Pope is going to go in there and either be so klutzy to just let the cat out of the bag on everything.
On purpose.
Or he's just going to be so weak and feckless that
someone else will have to do
will just take over.
Mm-hmm.
So I have some notes from times when I was learning from Don Alejandro, the grand elder of the Maya.
Hopefully get to see him soon.
Well, that might be.
Mm-hmm.
I had some notes about the Gregorian and the Julian calendar, and that there was a, 17-day discrepancy before the Julian calendar. Mm-hmm. There's other videos and other things that say there's a 10-day discrepancy after the 15.
In 13 months, not 12, right?
So that would be after the Catholic Church came to the Americas and found out about the sacred Mayan calendar. They said, whoa, these guys have a really amazing calendar. We better destroy it.
Yeah, like anything good. Let's not understand it. Let's destroy it.
Look at these amazing buildings. We must destroy them. Anyway, so that's kind of an interesting thing. We're supposedly going to switch back to the Julian calendar. But let me see. We're talking about a Mr. Don Alejandro, talking about a dark period of 24 to 60 hours when the magnetic axis of the universe would, they call it the days of darkness. Sunlight cannot enter when the earth is in this axis.
Nice.
After we will know the real date. The real calendar reset there.
What day was that?
Oh, we don't know.
Oh, you were, but
at the end
you
of
wrote
5,200 year period. And there should be a conference of calendars, like after the end of every 52 years. Cycle, to make sure everything's spinning correctly. It's like a topper spinning. If it starts to wobble, it'll go all cattywampus.
Well, we're having a pole shift, so maybe those things will happen.
Oh, we had the timeline jumps now, so we might be in the process of fixing this right now.
Yes.
And we just had a big solar flares a couple of days ago, and now today they're calming down. Today is June 2nd on the defunct calendar, which would actually be June 19th on the Julian calendar. So there's that.
It's a 17-day difference. Interesting.
Yes.
17 keeps coming up a lot.
Today on the sacred calendar is 13 Kame, or Kami. Dialect. There. Such a day might signal the coming of a very great favor.
Woohoo!
That was another book. I forget forget the name of. I should have made better notes of it in there. That gave a lot of really great little phrases for what the days mean in there. So it's Don Alejandro said this about the day Kame. It says it's a day for communication between the living and the dead, as well as the four elements: sun, air, night or water, and earth. So death is the ultimate transformation we must all go through. This is what I put on there. Understanding that there really is no death because we are all light beings, brings great healing and peace.
You wrote that 20 years ago?
What year was that? 20, it was 2007.
Well, almost 18.
Right? Oh my God. We're still the same people because we are still just our light body. Okay? It's when we succumb to the propaganda of this other fake calendar. It's like, oh my God, I owe taxes and I gotta keep working as a slave, and then I gotta save for retirement, the day when I will be free finally and I'll retire. And they still charge you taxes for everything.
Even when you die.
Even when you're dead, they tax you.
I believe the big, beautiful bill may take care of that.
That's all, it is all changing. So, but I did want to talk before
Look at
we
this.
end the video.
Somebody.
What is he whining about?
Somebody is summoning us.
No, not now. Me now.
He's like, I need you to go open that door. I need the portal. Let me out. There's a portal. Are you going through the bathroom?
Christy.
Okay, go ahead.
This number 13, is the end of a 13-day cycle, which, it's not a week, because a week is 7 days, obviously. But this 13-day cycle started with one jaguar, and now we have a very vocal jaguar.
We have a very vocal jaguar.
Really communicating very loudly.
He has all his needs met, and yet he wants more.
So what it said back then, 13 days ago, now the fun begins. This is earth magic, but do not confuse this with circus magic. This seed of jaguar energy will grow and eventually transcend death. Jaguars see in the dark, Get out and smell some flowers and contemplate your independence.
Oh.
Like somebody here has been contemplating
his independence. Yes.
He's whining that we need to open the door for
He's
him.
whipping me with his tail right now. Look at.
But now this transcendence, because we've transcended, and Christy and I have been doing this amazing healing work, access consciousness.
Yes.
Like just when you put her
it's called
fingers
bars
on different parts of our head, and that energized inside of our brains and really, really changed our perspective and helped to calm a lot of worries and unnecessary thinking that even I didn't even have a real awareness of, like I knew I was worried and depressed about something, but these things are kind of lifted up and brought to light and healed, like almost instantaneously, and you really can tell
There's
a great
such a difference between last week and now.
Right, so
since having this
that's part of this transcendence
activation,
understanding that we don't need to worry about, oh my God, we gotta pay the rent, we got bills coming up, we gotta pay for this.
No.
Relax into it. Today's the day of this transcendence, so we don't need to have all these fake concerns about the money and the bills and things that are not really true.
When you believe in universal law and God, there's no lack, there's no worry.
Well, it's not. You don't want to use the word belief because that's still a mental a belief
Well,
is a mental construct. When you really
when
have the energy freed,
yeah,
freed of that's like clogged in your things in your brain. That is the old belief.
when
That
that
is that you need
is
to let go
your
of,
program.
and then connect
Yeah.
with the heart center. And now we have a high heart chakra opening up. We really feel it right here above the heart chakra. There's another high heart energy, not quite throat energy, but right here, the high heart. And that is really where we get our intelligence. So we have to feel it here, then try to understand with the brain. But you're feeling it right here. Process. Let it. If it's fearful, if you feel like you're thumping and like it's telling you something. Just like Ashtar
Where's
is
your
telling
high
us
heart chakra?
something right now. And you're feeling this energy, and so then you try to process what's going on with your mind, but not the opposite. If you're processing with your mind and you have these old beliefs that you've got to pay your taxes, you got to work like a slave to get
You
this.
can't take
You're
a
not
vacation and enjoy the
you're not
good
working
things until
like a slave. You are a slave, and that was the intention of the Gregorian calendar from the start of it. They were trying to override this amazing sacred calendar so that these people would all be our slaves instead of being independent minded and understanding the true nature of what time actually is here. So tomorrow, I want to say this now because it's a prophecy for the next 13 days after today.
Okay.
One deer, manik, the symbol is a hand, and I think it's because when you're deer hunting, you don't want to yell out, "Hey, there's a deer over there! Let's go get it!" Because the deer will run away. So you just
Native Americans probably came up with that.
Semaphore.
Semaphore. We're gonna semaphore for that deer.
But it's also psychic, right? That's antenna or the deer's connection to this
It could be the pineal
cosmic
gland too if you put
communication.
it right
But the number one is weak, but it's the beginning of another cycle that will end in 13 days after that on 13 Kawak, 13 rainstorm. So one deer to one storm. Let's look what it says. Excellent day for a daykeeper, mother, father to go to a low water place and burn offerings. It is also a great musical day. I had a dream that I had telekinetic powers on October 23rd, 2002.
Wow.
Attracting objects with my hands. So it's a manifestation thing. I also, on May 5th, 2003, had a dream of a cat chasing a fox. Later that day, I really saw a cat chasing a fox in my backyard. I was in California. That's why I did that.
Fox
Painting,
perceives the mothership.
Perceives the mothership.
Wonderful painting.
Which is
do it again.
There. I guess I could be.
Yeah.
But I'm moving on.
Yes.
Actually, I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I have a lot of paintings for sale. Took all these ones except for one here out of the house, so that they're all for sale in the Casa Aurora, and we just totally slashed all the prices down to less
That's
than
your
half.
higher heart chakra activated.
And it's just, I want you to have a wonderful light-coded painting in your house. This is not just, oh, it matches the drapes and it matches, and it's an Eiffel Tower.
It has good energy.
All of my paintings are prophetic energies and opening up these higher chakras, this high heart chakra, soul star chakra above the crown chakra that connects to your real higher self and angelic guides and God, capital G God.
The one true God.
The one true God. Yes. And so that will end up on the 13Ka walk, which is the midwife. Right, so we're going to a
And
place.
I dreamt of being a midwife just a couple days ago.
We're going from a place to make a low water place to burn offerings. Mark Elmy already told us that we want to be there a little bit day early so that we can have a really nice fire ceremony by the lake.
That's going to be great.
This is prophecy.
Yes, that's prophecy.
Now, it doesn't happen tomorrow, but it does happen within this 13-day cycle. It ends on 13Ka walk.
Ooh,
Right
nice.
there. So we will already be in Guatemala on the day 11. Wait, Caban. Before that.
Mexico City first.
Right. Oh, 9 Eagle. That's right in the middle of this. 8 Jaguar. 9
Great day
Eagle.
to fly.
That was the day that the United States Bill of Rights became law. My grandfather passed March 21st, 2001. And then, 9 Eagle, we're going to Mexico City on this day, 9 Eagle, on a bus. That was May 18th, 2003, when the Pasadena, California, Sunday Star ran a story called From Mayans to an Alien Mothership about my artwork. You see this, folks? I don't know how many people are watching. Maybe just mom's watching. Probably.
I think Patty
I
watches.
think there's maybe 3 or 4 consistent people that are watching this here.
We're up to almost
Okay.
60
I'm
subscribers.
telling you that I'm having this art sale, and here's talking about my art that I used to sell, and I sold a few at this art show, and I've been selling pretty consistently up until 2016. I don't know what happened in 2016. Do y'all know what happened in 2016?
Another pole
Right.
shift.
Well, it was a split.
Bipolar.
Two worlds. Bipolar people went one way, yes, and the normal
sane people.
sane people went another way. But here's a prophecy from the past to the future. It hasn't happened yet from the day of this filming of this, but 9 Eagle's coming up, and Christy and I are going to be taking off to Mexico City to go to the
Anthropologica.
Museo Antropológica, the famous big museum in Mexico City.
Yes.
The big Aztec calendar stone.
We're going to get a picture right in front of it.
Mayans to an alien mothership story in Pasadena daily.
Wow.
Sunday Star. They actually ran it twice. They ran it a week later also. The
Nice.
same story, because people were, contacting the papers.
Let's
they
run it again in
liked
Mexican
this
news.
Story so
Yeah.
much about yours truly.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been my 15 minutes of fame, but that's
You're still
I'm
going.
Still going.
Yeah.
I'm still creating. I've been through, what year was that? 2003. Oh my gosh. So that's been 22 years.
Mm-hmm. Time for another article. Mm-hmm. Another spotlight.
And then on March 23rd, 2006, on 9 Eagle, also, we started this thing called Art Outside show at the Enchanted Forest in Austin, Texas.
Oh, nice.
Enchanted. We're going to Lake Atitlán, the most beautiful lake in the world.
Enchanted,
You go
yes.
to see the Mayan Aztec calendar stone, art outside. There's probably a lot of art in the gardens around the museum.
Lots of gardens, yes.
There,
Hard to-
outside.
Yes.
And then we take off.
Mm-hmm.
10 Key Ebe.
What's going
Anyway, we'll talk more about that tomorrow.
on? Okay.
When one deer comes along, that's my Uncle George's Mayan birthday, was one deer. Like the guitar with his hand. Right? So there you go.
Well, your mom had some fortunate news from your dear departed Uncle David.
Oh yes, I can no longer diss my poor Uncle David. That was yesterday. We didn't make a video yesterday, so I'll mention it. Rather intense. Watch your passions. That was the 12th serpent day. Did we make a? We didn't make a video yesterday.
I thought I did. Wasn't I dressed?
You did
doing a
11
video?
Wizard. And we're trying to go for consistency. But
Yes, we are.
sometimes. Anyhow, we cleaned out the room, our studio room, so that we can only have the big, nice pictures showing all the nice prices. New
Very
prices,
nice.
low
New
prices.
prices.
You have to
Move
clear
it off
out,
the wall
cleanse it off,
prices.
cleanse the energy.
Yes,
That was
yes,
all
yes.
my old story, and there was a lot of prophecies in my paintings about Christy, because there's a lot of feminine goddess energy, and look what I ended up with. See how this works? So you can have this in your house and have beautiful manifestations.
Thank you.
Okay, like, subscribe, and share all everywhere. And
Yes,
I think we are building up subscribers. We're
we are.
up in the 60s now.
Mm-hmm.
So beautiful.
Without buying any.
We're gonna have
We're organic, guys.
144,000 before we know it.
That's right.
All right, that's enough.
Love and light.
Cut it off.
Ciao, pues.